It has been said Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich. It has been said that I've made more successful men than any man living today. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not because there's no way of getting accurate statistics. But, ladies and gentlemen, when I take inventory of the people I do know who started from scratch and became millionaires, some of them not quite that much money, but became profoundly successful, I realize I've created a philosophy here through the good work of Mr. Carnegie that's been a benefactor to the world, not only those who are living now, but those who have been born. So Napoleon Hill encountered Andrew Carnegie, the then richest man in America, in 1902, 121 years ago. And Andrew Carnegie commissioned Napoleon Hill to write Think and Grow Rich and gave him 20 years to write the book and gave him introduction letters to the 100 then richest people in America. So that's how Think and Grow Rich came into being. Napoleon Hill interviewed them, going around America in the course of 20 years, a lot with his own money, and ended up publishing Think and Grow Rich that became an international bestseller, translated into 18 languages, apparently endorsed by Gandhi. And he says, when Mr. Carnegie sold me in on organizing this philosophy, he said, I'm going to give my money away before I die, as fast as I can find ways and means of giving it away without doing damage. And he did just that, gave it away to educational institutions, foundations for the maintenance of peace, in every way he could possibly conceive. But he said, by far, the greatest part of my riches I'm entrusting to you to take to the people of the world in the form of the know-how through which I gain my money. This is Andrew Carnegie telling Napoleon Hill in 1902, yeah, that he is giving his greatest gift to Napoleon Hill to take to the world about how he earned his money, how he became the richest man in America. Andrew Carnegie is saying. And that's where I think Grow Rich came from. And Napoleon Hill goes on, this is a speech he gave after his book became an international bestseller. During the 20 years I took to building this philosophy, I ran some profound facts and truths. And one of them consists of the fact that when a great crisis comes over the world, there always comes out an unknown with a formula for dissolving that crisis. And he gives names of great people during that time. I actually missed one bit also. But he mentions Franklin Roosevelt from the late 20s, Depression, when people were lined out of the bank to take their money out, etc., etc. Franklin Roosevelt did a great job, apparently, and he goes on, Napoleon Hill. I sometimes wonder if this hand of destiny, which has such a long arm behind it, doesn't reach over into places like the one that I was born and lift out people from humble and lowly stations and give them great jobs to do in life as an inspiration, an object lesson to other people to show what can be done when one recognizes the God-given power of thought and puts it to proper use. If you really and truly tune in on the main line, my source of faith and my source of enthusiasm, and get inducted into this philosophy, no matter where you are in life, no matter what it is you want in life, you will always find a way open. And thank you very much. That was Napoleon Hill, yeah, and I can smell a revolution. But that too will pass. Highly recommended. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, probably one of the best self-help books ever written. And there is one part in the book that he talks about imagining people that you have read about or have been influenced by as archetypes, if I can call it that, what Carl Jung calls archetypes, and conversing with them, that's the power of imagination. And the most beautiful thing now is that artificial intelligence can so closely recreate sort of a general human imagination, which is so fantastic. But when I listen to books like Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda, and the stories in that book. So, Paramahamsa Yogananda is from earlier than Napoleon. Actually, at the same time, he in the early 20th century, where Paramahamsa Yogananda talks about his encounters with Mahavatar Babaji and the lineage of teachers from Lahiri Mahashay and Sri Yukteswar. Such beautiful stories of sages, rishis that are so beautiful to think about. Thanks to Audible, that book is now available on audiobook, Autobiography of a Yogi. And Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, I think, is available on YouTube, the whole book, audiobook. I listened to that section of Napoleon Hill giving the speech as part of the end of an audiobook that I had a decade and a half ago, and I listened to it on repeat. It's like music to my ears, yeah. So beautiful. I don't want to stop talking. I hope you're enjoying listening, but maybe another 30-45 seconds and this video will be done. But I also liked Man's Search for Meaning by Victor Frankl. And there is a part in the book where he talks about sex as only to have kids. That didn't make sense to me at all when I read the book. I thought, what? Because humankind's instinct to propagate is made pleasurable, so we propagate. That was the analytical explanation for love that I came up with a couple of decades ago. But after listening to Autobiography of a Yogi and understanding how so many amazing saints live their lives. So Paramahamsa Yogananda talks about how a certain couple during his time would have sex only once a year just to have kids, and they would live their lives together, this man and woman. And yeah, beautiful stories of reality. Until next time, have a wonderful day.